Welcome to a new month. Yeah, right? We got through that other month, right? Good grief. 5 talks all about forgiveness. You know, we finally got through the whole month of the F word. Aren't we grateful? Now there's something to be grateful for. Holy moly. Whew. All right, so here we are in the month of gratitude. This is the benefits of gratitude, November. Gee whiz. I'm grateful that October's over. You know, and I've been thinking a lot about it. I've been thinking a lot about gratitude and forgiveness and gratitude and thankfulness and grateful and thankful and thankful and grateful, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You know, you look it up in the dictionary, and and they're synonyms for each other, and they're synonyms, but you know they're not really, are they? Are they really synonyms? I don't know. Are they the same? Are they different? Are there different shades? Are there shades of difference between thankfulness and gratefulness? And you know what I remember as a child. You know, usually you're a little, well, I was a little child, and then somebody would give me something like a gift or a food item. You know, usually it's an adult, right, that gives you something, and your mother stands there and says, "What do you say?" Right? And you say, "Thank you." You know, I mean, is it me, or does anybody else have that? Okay, all right, so, yay, group experience. Okay, so we had this thing, right? We've had this experience. So the idea that gets planted in us from when we're really, really little, that consciousness is when we are given something, we're thankful. When we are given something first, then the response is, I'm thankful. So it seems that thankful is the response to getting, right? It's the response to getting. Now, what I know is a get mentality is not a receptive mentality. And we'll talk about that in a little while. But just think about that. So the response, the thank you response, is at the level of the condition. It's at the level of the physical. Something happens, and then we say thank you. A gift is given, we say thank you. That's what we've been taught. Yes? So the thing, the condition, the event has to happen first. And then we're thankful for it. But I think gratitude goes beyond that. I think gratitude is something different. I think perhaps gratitude goes deeper than being thankful for something that happened. And Shams Tabrizi, he was a 13th century poet. He was also the mentor of the poet Rumi. He said this, he said, "Be grateful. It's easy to thank after obtaining what you want. Thank before having what you want." Thank before having what you want. And I think that's really what we're talking about when we talk about the quality of great gratitude. I think we're that thankful before we receive. You know, it's kind of like grateful is thankful 2.0, the upgrade. You know, it's being thankful independent of conditions. Just living in gratitude. Gratitude is the state of being. It is just a state of being that is independent of conditions. You know, the sun is shining, I'm happy. It's raining, I'm sad. That's not gratitude. That's condition. That's being dependent on conditions. So gratitude is I'm happy, I'm alive. Gratitude is that built-in set point. It is a way of life that is independent of what's going on in our world. And when you think about it, like one step further than that even, gratitude is giving back, right? Gratitude is the giving back because we've already been given the gift. The gift is life. We've already been given that gift. We continue to get it given to us every single moment of every single day. So gratitude is the giving back from what has already been given. Thankfulness is about the condition. I got a new job, I got a new car, I got a raise, I got a, whatever, a house. Thankfulness is about the condition. Gratitude is a state of being. Gratitude is the way we live, and it's living in unity. When we realize our oneness with Source, when we realize the oneness with everything, with the energy which is God permeates everything, and we realize that we are one with all of that. We're just another form of that God energy that's here, and that we are interconnected with all life, and we're interconnected with Source, and we absolutely cannot be separated from that. That is the gift which is being given always. Then gratitude is that living in that sense of conscious unity. There is no separation. So our gratitude is then giving back to Source to acknowledge what we've already been given. It's always giving back. So when we do things in the world, when we do things kind for each other, like Candy, you sang about touching someone else and holding up a friend and reaching out and touching a hand. When we do any of those things, we're not doing them, we're not giving, we're giving back. We're giving back all the time because the gift has already been given. I'm here, I'm alive. I've already been given the gift. So my giving to someone else is actually giving back to Spirit, because aren't we all that same thing? We are all one. We are all from that same energy. Spirit has incarnated itself as all of us. So anything we do is a giving back. It's not a giving. The gift has already been given. All the good we already have. It's already present. We need to align with it to demonstrate it. So being in gratitude is being in the consciousness of giving back. It's a way to live. It's always just a way to live. It's not a specific thing. It's not dependent on conditions. It's not dependent on what we've been given, because we've already been given. It's not dependent on what just happened. It's a way of life. Ernest Holmes said this in the Anatomy of Healing Prayer. He said, God and nature, the universe, withholds nothing from anyone. It's all delivered. It is all delivered. This is what I interpret as the Christian theology of grace. Not grace because Jesus was a nice guy. He really said that. Grace because the universe is infinite in infinite givingness. It can't help it. It is its nature. And because it is in our own experience, the only one who gives all gets all. Makes sense, right? There is justice without judgment, and that justice is merely the balance and the equilibrium of the universe. So all of our giving is simply giving back from what we've already received. And this is the balance and the order. This is why we are here to serve and why we are here to do good. Because it is the giving back, the acknowledgement of what we've already been given, which is life, which is form, which is sustenance. This balance, this equilibrium, this is the living in gratitude. The universe pours itself out to us all the time, in health and in opportunities and in challenges and in all kinds of ways. And gratitude is our way of giving back from the good that we already receive. So talking about thanksgiving and gratitude, I started thinking very along the lines of emotions and feelings, right? We talk about emotions and feelings. And emotions are those things on the physical level, on the level of condition. Something happens, I'm happy. Something happens, I'm sad. Something happens, I'm angry, right? All of these emotions that we have, they're dependent upon the conditions. Something happens and I react to it. But feelings go beyond that, you know? Emotions happen on your body. They're the physical things. They're the visual clues people have. Angry face, happy face. But don't feelings go beyond that? Feelings are what the brain and the consciousness contend with. Pulling up situations from the past. Feelings play out in the theater of the mind. Because that emotion is that superficial thing. It's depending on the condition. But what happens is then we take that in and we go through our little Rolodex. You have a little Rolodex in your brain? I do. I'm old school. I don't have an MP3. I have a Rolodex. La, 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 la. Go through that little Rolodex in my mind, pull it out. Oh, yeah, this is like that. Don't we do that? This is like that. This is like that. And so that it brings up that feeling. And that's always from the past. And that's where gratitude is. Gratitude is a feeling. It is deep within us. It is not dependent on what happened at the surface. It's not dependent on whether or not we got that job or we got that car or we got that girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, you know, Mr. Right or Mr. Right now, whatever. It's not dependent on that stuff. That feeling of gratitude is a state of being. It is alive within us. It's a way of living life. Ernest Holmes in A Power of Ideas said this: gratitude is not only a virtue, but it's also a part of a practical philosophy of daily life. I love that. There is no wiser way of living than to remember every morning what life has given us and to lift up our thought in gratitude for every bounty we possess. So it's always about remembering who we are. When we remember who we are, when we remember we are all the outpicturing of this divine intelligence that set the planets in their orbits and set the stars and set the galaxies, when we remember that we are of that same power and presence and energy, how can we not express gratitude? How can we not be grateful? You know, and I read a lot this past month about gratitude and thankfulness, you know, just trying to get a real clear idea about it. And after reading several reports, I read some articles in Psychology Today. There was a really good report in the Harvard Review. There were some other ones that I read that said benefits of people who practice gratitude. And you're going to love this. Grateful people are happier and healthier. Right? These are cross reports that have all come down with these similar things. Grateful people are happier and healthier. Here's a good one. Grateful people sleep better. Grateful people sleep better. Isn't that lovely? Grateful people have improved self-esteem. They tend to be more helpful, and they tend to be more empathetic. Well, certainly, you would think so, right? Grateful people exhibit more resilience in the face of setbacks, right? Because we're not saying, well, we live a grateful life, nothing bad will ever happen. Yeah, right. No, we're not saying that. You know, what I know is, though, if you get a flat tire, you get it in your driveway and not like 100 miles away. So there are advantages. But these are the benefits of gratitude. So if these are the benefits of gratitude, how do we get there? You know, how do we get there? How do we make it so visceral that we're living in this state of gratitude, like they say, that we need to live in this state of gratitude? Well, there's a whole bunch of things. There's a whole bunch of practices that we can engage in to really develop that gratitude muscle, you know? Because it's something you have to practice every day. It's not like, oh, I got it. You know, oh, I'm grateful, and then that's it for the rest of your life. It's like, come on, you don't go to the gym one day and work out. Well, some people do. But if you want to see real change, you have to go more than once, right? You know, it's like, hey, I did a push-up. Woohoo, I'm done for the day, you know. No, you have to make it a routine. You have to go every day. You have to make it a practice in order to see results, right? Well, gratitude is the same way, because what is our set point? You know, when you wake up in the morning, when you wake up in the morning and you open your eyes and you're like, yes, I'm still alive. Oh my God, this is a good thing. You know, that's gratitude right there. Before you even put your feet on the floor, to think of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 things that you're grateful for. You know, and I know that's, we're going back into the Thanksgiving part again, which is I'm grateful for my house, I'm grateful for my blankets, I'm grateful for indoor plumbing. I love indoor plumbing. It's my favorite thing in the whole world, I think. But those are things to be thankful for. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful that I'm still here. I'm grateful for the good that I can do. I'm grateful for the ability to give back. I'm grateful for the ability to give back. So how do we make gratitude a daily practice, you know? How do we do that? Other than, you know, we get up in the morning, we do that gratitude work, we do our prayer work, we do our meditation. Here's a good one. Keep a gratitude journal and write something in it every day. Now, I'll be giving out gratitude journals on the third Sunday, what is it? November 20th. is the meditation service. When we have our meditation service, we'll have all of our gratitude journals ready to go. And here's the thing. If you start the gratitude journal on November 22nd, it's a 40-day journal you're to keep, then it ends on January 1st. So what a way to ring in the new year. Okay? So on Sunday the 20th, when you're here, remember to take your gratitude journal with you and start right then and there. Start on the Tuesday, the 22nd. And that'll take you right up to January 1st. So keep a gratitude journal. It is a way to keep ourselves grounded in the good that is all around us that perhaps we don't see. Here's another way. Tell someone you love them, compliment a friend, or tell somebody that you appreciate something about them. Don't hold back. You never know when you're going to see somebody again. You don't even know if you're going to see someone again. So just appreciate them while they're right in front of your face. Right then and there, tell them how happy you are that they're doing whatever it is that they're doing, or how happy you are that they're in your life, or what a great job they did, or whatever. Don't hold back. Don't hold back, because you never know if you're not going to pass this way again. Here's another thing. Notice the beauty in every day. Notice the beauty in every day. When I pulled in here, the trees and the little flowers, just notice. Notice the beauty that is around us all the time. The color of the sky, which changes all the time. Not changes from blue to anything else, but changes to it. Now it was purple. It just is so beautiful. It's a different color blue. It's a different color blue. It's a different, whatever. Just look at the beauty all around us in nature. Let's see, what else have I got? Nurture friendships that you have. Nurture good friendships you have. Good friends don't come along every day. Value them and nurture them. And here's one we can all do. Smile more often. Did you ever notice how it shifts the energy in the room? It shifts the energy all around you, no matter where you are. Practice this in line. Oh, people are not happy when they're in line a lot. In line in the bank, in line in the supermarket, in line behind the lady with the 2,700 coupons. You know that one, right? People are usually not happy in lines. So smile at them. Smile at the cashier. Smile at the person, in front of you, behind you. It shifts the energy. It just changes and it lifts the energy all around. Watch inspiring videos that remind you of the good in the world. There's a lot more good going on in the world than we're aware of. There's so many wonderful things happening that are lifting the consciousness of the planet. So find those videos and watch those videos. Include a random act of kindness in your day. Somehow. Pay for somebody else's coffee. Pay for someone else's toll. Are there tolls here? I don't even think there are tolls. I'm trying to think. We used to do that back on Jersey Turnpike, Are there? Oh, okay, good. Pay for someone else's toll. Things like that. Spontaneous acts, random acts of kindness. Buy somebody's Starbucks. I don't know. Do those kinds of things. This is number 8, and this is a really, really big one, and I'm hoping we're all involved in it right now, and we've been doing it for the last year. Avoid negative media. Holy moly! Couple more days, that's all we need. Couple more days, Okay, we can get through this. I know we can. Here's a little aside. Vote. Tuesday, vote. Okay. I've said that. Not going to tell you who to vote for or what to vote for. That's just absolutely not my place. What I am going to tell you is to exercise your civic duty. Vote, vote, be present. A good democracy is only as good as its educated and enlightened citizenry. That's my commercial. Here's another one. Cook meals with love. I love that. Cook meals consciously. When you're in front of the stove, it's not just a job, Infuse it with love. Do it consciously. Do it mindfully. Cook with love. Think of the people that you're feeding. Think of the nourishment on so many different levels. Volunteer with organizations that help others. These are all ways of giving back. See, this is all ways that we are expressing gratitude. We are grateful God is gracious. That's what all of these things are. We are grateful God is gracious, which means the gift has already been given, and all we're doing with our lives, with all of these wonderful acts, are giving back. They're always giving back. Number 11, don't gossip or speak badly about anyone. See, that goes back to the whole voting thing, doesn't it? Okay, no gossiping, no speaking badly about people. You know, just if you can't uplift a situation, don't bother. Write a card to someone. I know this is, I know we don't do a lot of that. We do a lot of emails and texts. I love you. Little heart emojis. But write a card to someone who you haven't seen in a while and just tell them you're thinking of them. Easy schmeezy. And when you do have a negative thought, because they happen, negative thoughts occur. Something comes up in our lives, an unexpected thing, an unanticipated setback. Unforeseen events befall us all, right? That's what it says. So that when that negative thought does come, shift to a positive effect or a positive benefit of that thing. What gift does it have in its hand for us? What can it do? What is that positive side of any setback? It's going to develop patience in us. If nothing else, it's going to develop patience in us. It's going to gift us with the gift of unconditional love. What a wonderful thing. So look at any negative or any setback with that interpretation of how can I turn this around? How can I see the gift in whatever this setback is? Here's number 14. Oh, I'm going to just have to go home and pray on this one. Commit to not complaining about anything. Moving on. Meditate with your gratitude list in your hand. Meditate with your gratitude book with you. Give thanks for all of it. Here's gratitude. Gratitude is about being alive. Gratitude is that idea of giving back for what we've already been given. So when you're sitting, the gift has already been given. So sit with your gratitude book, your gratitude journal, and just sit in that energy of how fortunate and how wonderful and how blessed we are. Live mindfully. This is just so important for us, right? If we're thinking about the past, usually we're in regret. When we're thinking about the future, we're usually in worry. So when we pull our energy to the present moment, we're in our power. This is the only power we have, the power of the present moment. This is when we get to decide how we're going to be. This is how we get to decide who we are and how we are in the world. It's always in the present moment. It's not in the past or the future. So practice being in the present moment. And when you feel or think your mind is just toddling off in its own direction, which they do, you bring it back. It's like you put the puppy back on the paper, It's like your mind wanders off. Your mind is that little puppy. It's not a bad mind. It's just an untrained mind. So you just put it back on the paper. Bring your mind, when it starts wandering into worry, or when it starts wandering into regret, you put the puppy back on the paper. You bring the mind back to the present, and you stop worrying about the future, and you stop regretting or fretting the past, and you sit and you dwell in the power of your own present moment. This is where you decide how happy you are. This is where you decide how happy you are. In the present moment. It has nothing to do with the past or the future. If I'm happy here and now. If I'm miserable here and now. There's another one. Thank the people who serve in your community. Just thank them. When you go pick up the dry cleaning, thank the woman for being of service. When you go to the supermarket, thank the cashier. Thank the grocer. Thank the people that are serving you. None of us are independent. We are interdependent, all of us. I don't know any one of us that's drilling for oil in their backyard and refining it for the gas for their car. I don't know anybody who's growing all their vegetables. Well, some people grow some vegetables, but I don't know anybody who grows all their vegetables or raises cows and chickens in their backyard and feeds themselves and their neighbors. None of us are independent. We are all interdependent. So thank the mail delivery person. You're getting mail. You didn't go Pony Express it across the country and pick up your own mail. So you thank the people that help you do life better, the bus driver, everybody, because we are all interdependent. Here's another one. This is 18. We're getting down to the bottom here. Send love to the people you dislike. Now just breathe that in for a minute. Kind of goes back to the whole voting thing, doesn't it? You know, Monday, Tuesday, that's all we know. Send love to the people you dislike. You know that person that comes into your consciousness and you go, ugh, you know, you get that snarly face? You know those people. Come on, you have those people. You know them in your life. Send them love. Send them just a bubble of love. That's it. Send them a little heart-shaped bubble of love. And if you can't send love, at least send neutrality. Send peace. Send peace. You know, when those people cross your mind, think of them in love. If you can't think of them in love, think of them in peace. Think of them as whole. Think of them as children of God, just like we are, just like everyone is. Everyone is an outpicturing of that same energy. That energy is no different. Each and every one of us is the same energy. So send love. Here's a good one. Make art, whatever it is. Whatever it is, make art. If your art is singing, sing. I'm not going to sing. You don't want me to sing. But if your art is playing music, if your art is painting or drawing or creating a sculpture or whatever, do it. Make art. Make a collage. Cut out get pieces of paper and pictures and make a collage. Make art. Make things that express your individuality, that express your uniqueness. You're here. You're alive, and you're here, and there's only one of you, and they will never be again. You are a unique, one-of-a-kind individual that Spirit had need for, or else you wouldn't be here. You would not be here if you were not meant to be here to give your gift. So give it. And number 20, show gratitude each day by posting something that's inspirational to you on your mirror, on your visor, on your book, on whatever it is that is in your environment. Post something inspirational. Post something uplifting. Put something in front of you on your refrigerator. You know, if God had a refrigerator, your picture would be on it. You know, I mean, think about it. You are irreplaceable in the mind of God. So post something just as dear and just as irreplaceable and just as uplifting. And be grateful for this day. Just for the day, just for being alive, just for being here, just for all the faces that you see in the room. Just be grateful that Spirit has chosen to incarnate as you this time around, in this place, in this time, to give your gift, to give back to Spirit what you have been given. I'm going to go back to that quote I started with, Shams Tabrizi, who said, be grateful. It's easy to thank after obtaining what you want. Thank before having what you want. And I want to read the whole passage. He says this, whatever happens to you, don't fall in despair. Even if all the doors are closed, a secret path will be there for you that no one knows. You can't see it yet, but so many paradises are at the end of this path. Be grateful. Be grateful. It's easy to thank after obtaining what you want. Thank before having what you want. That's living in gratitude. That's living in gratitude. So this month, let's make that our practice, shall we? Let us make that practice, this dedicated practice. I'm not asking you for the rest of your life. I'm asking you for this month, for the month of November, for the month of the benefits of gratitude. Let us make this our dedicated practice for the month. Let's try it. this month right now and see how it changes our lives. Thank you so much.